Are you ready?
It's Halloween.
Number one, you can never have sex.
Today we're making love while that young boy drunk.
I'm scary Terry. You can run, but you can't hide.
I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare.
All right, you're listening to Counterclockwise. This is our ultimate showdown. I don't remember what number it is.
It's like 4?
I was thinking 5.
4 or 5.
Because I had notes in here that said 3.
Yeah, Ultimate Showdown, the Cleveland-Pittsburgh one was 4.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is Ultimate Showdown numero 5. We got some matches here. We got a good fight card here. You got some?
Yeah,
What?
real quick. Hopefully I can get through this because I'm still riding on my Guardians high.
Yeah.
I mean, my voice is shot, as you can kind of tell.
Yes.
It's very raspy right now,
Yeah,
which
it's
I knew it would be.
Yeah, it's a little little ragged.
Yeah, I was on the lane train all night last night, and man, my voice is shot. So let's try to soldier through this.
Yeah, just to get the timeline correct, we're recording this less than 24 hours
Correct.
since the Guardians won Game 5 of the ALDS.
I mean, this was right about when he hit the home run.
Yeah, pretty much. Just about.
Probably a little bit later, but fifth inning is probably whatever. But
Yeah.
we're sitting on right around 24 hours since that magical moment happened.
Yes, and we were in separate cities, separate towns, but there was I kind of felt you. I felt your presence in that moment.
I did too.
We were both leaping into the air.
I kept because, like I said, I watched every game they've won. I've been upstairs in the spare room, sitting in that Ohio State chair.
Yeah.
And every game they've lost, I've been at work or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
it was during the day. Yeah.
And apparently my dogs decided it's Rumble time now.
They got the Zoom. They got the Ultimate Showdown Zoomies.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And I started watching the game yesterday, and it wasn't going well, but I was watching it downstairs. And then that's why I was like, I got to go upstairs.
Yeah.
Baseball is such a game of superstition. I don't care.
Yeah, you could be the most skeptical person in the world, and still somehow the superstitions come out when it's baseball time.
And I texted you, and I'm like, yeah, I got to go up to this, and I got to go in the chair. And you're like, yeah, you have D's teddy bear you got to hold.
Yeah,
So
I was
I'm like,
holding-
you grab that son bitch right now.
I was holding the teddy bear
And
when they won Game 4, like the second half of Game 4 when they started coming around and won
I
it.
will get my skinny ass in that Ohio State chair. We will will this game to victory.
I told you earlier, but I was standing. I was trying to occupy my hands so I wouldn't black out from the anxiety of watching. So I was trying to occupy myself. So I was in the kitchen washing dishes, and I had my phone up in front of me, perched on top of my coffee maker. And at some point I was thinking, well, okay, now that I'm done doing dishes, I'll go sit down or something, or go into my office or whatever and do something else. But I still had it sitting there, and I didn't want to leave because they were in the middle of that inning or that half inning. And so I was I was standing kind of like middle-aged baseball coach style, like feet 4.5 feet apart.
Not really all the way bent down, but just kind of half.
Sort of crouched a little, watching it while, with my face 3 inches from the phone on top of my coffee maker. And then that's when the hit happened, the grand slam off of the best pitcher in baseball right now.
Yeah. And just, man. And then the rest of the game, when they were getting their strikeouts and the innings or whatever, every time, I'm standing up with my blanket wrapped around like a fucking ghost, right? Like I'm wrapped. And it's so funny because both dogs are laying in there with me. Kita's used to my shenanigans when I watch sports. She's totally used to that. Sasha still really hasn't got
what's going on? What is this?
Yeah. So every time I would stand up when there's 2 strikes or 2 outs or whatever, and I wouldn't even stand up violently. I would just stand up.
Yeah, just get up because the anxiety gets to you.
I stand up and Sasha just bolts to the bedroom, just bolts because I feel bad because I think she thinks I'm getting mad at her.
Oh yeah, and you're about to discipline her for something.
Yeah, and I have to call her in I'm like, okay, you just go to the bedroom for a minute. Let me have my moment. And then I call her back in and I like give her lovins and all that. I'm like, I'm not mad at you. I'm never mad at you.
Yeah.
I can't handle this.
Yeah,
like,
just let the tension settle a little bit and then come back to me. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably a good thing that I wasn't, because normally when I watch games, I have all of my animals around me, and yeah, it's a similar kind of thing. They always think I'm mad at them because I'm like sitting there like clapping, and that's, it's just loud for them. And luckily, I was in the kitchen by myself celebrating like an idiot.
Kita is so used to it by now. She just kind of like lifts her head up and just be like, "Will you shut up?"
You sent me that picture of her during the one game. I think it was game 4. You sent me the picture of her. She was just completely over it. Yeah. Absolutely over your shit. Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna ride the lane train on down into. Okay, we're not done.
One more thing, and then finish it off.
We're not quite back. We're taking a pit stop off of the off of the lane train. We're still on the lane train.
Yeah, because
okay. we're hopping into a different car.
No,
on the lane
still
train.
on the lane train.
Okay.
While on the lane train, fuck the Yankees.
Oh, yes. Also, yeah, absolutely.
Fuck them all the way to hell.
Yeah. Just going to bend over. The lane train's coming.
Yep.
Okay, so we were riding that train right into some dark matches here. Did you have any dark matches?
I did not.
For this?
Like I told you earlier, I've been under the weather today, so
yeah.
I didn't really do a ton.
Good. Luckily, I
figured you'd probably do a couple more anyways. You're usually pretty prepared with this one.
Yeah. I let the brain juices flow on this one.
Yeah.
That was pretty gross sounding, but you know what I mean.
It's all good.
So
let them flow. Let them flow, real little bro.
I don't know why, but I feel like I want that on a t-shirt. Anyway, so our
don't tempt me.
So we got some dark matches here to start out, and again, these are all matches they've already happened. We already know the results, so I'm just going to tell you.
We came in late.
Yeah. So the first one we got Count Chocula.
Yep.
Versus Count Von Count from Sesame Street. Pretty obvious. I think we all kind of saw this coming. This one ended in a draw with a double count out. There you go.
Very good.
Then the next one, his buddies, Count Chocula's buddy.
Real quick, I'm sorry. When growing up, for whatever reason, the Count always just like scared was really creepy as a kid. Like I was always like just randomly scared of him for no reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Does look pretty.
Maybe it's the eyebrows and the pointy nose. I don't know. But
yeah, he's got his very sharp features.
Yeah,
nose is kind of
makes him.
He's got little teeth, little fangs.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anywho,
yep.
He's got bats flying around. Yeah. Eight bats. Anyway, so Count Chocula's buddies, Boo Berry and Frankenberry, they're on one side versus Chuck Berry and Andrew Berry, GM of the Browns.
Come on. Fantastic.
So I had Boo and Franken taking this one over Andrew and Chuck. Andrew and Chuck, they have some bad karma, so it was just coming. And Boo Berry, Frankenberry, I think they're basically immortal, so I don't know how you would win that one.
And they're also not sex pests.
Yeah, that one too. So here we go. We got John Carpenter, filmmaker. He made Halloween. He made
The Thing, Escape from New York,
etc.
I watched Escape from LA the other day at work. That was bad.
Yeah,
real
rough. Bad. I haven't seen it yet.
Really bad.
That was what, the 90s that came out?
Yeah.
It was like 25 years later.
Yeah, it was on IFC, so nothing was cut out.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was rough.
Bad.
Anyway, so we got John Carpenter on one side versus John Carpenter, the first ever winner of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I just recently learned that his name is John Carpenter, too.
I'm so thankful you came so prepared today.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful. You have no idea.
Okay. This one, I feel like there's just like two normal dudes. Like I feel like it wasn't a very thrilling match, but I had the filmmaker John Carpenter winning that one. Millionaire John Carpenter. He tries to outsmart him a little bit. He's probably got a little more of the brain power, a little more information rolling around upstairs. He was also an IRS agent. I didn't realize that until today.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I think the filmmaker Carpenter, he's a little more desensitized to violence,
and I think he's a little grizzled. Well, he's more grizzled.
He's a little more grizzled.
Yeah.
They're both nerds, like complete dorks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think filmmaker John, he can unleash the beast a little bit more because he's seen so much violence, even if it is movie violence. Anyway, last dark match I have is Slappy, the ventriloquist dummy from Goosebumps.
Come on.
Versus the dummy from Dead Silence. They're basically the same.
I gotta look that up. I can't remember that one.
Basically just like a creepy ventriloquist dummy, like your basic kind of looking dude.
Yeah.
I had that one. This one was also a draw because they both suddenly drop through a trap door and then they're incinerated because they're both just horrifying and we just don't want to deal with them anymore. You can just stop. Yeah, that's it. That one, it was just rigged to happen. It's like, no more match. You guys are just burned. Go away. Anywho, you said you had one. Actually, let me start with mine. I feel like it's a pretty decent opener.
All right.
I think we can probably get through this one kind of quick, but it's still fun anyway. In a tag team match, we have, on one side, we have Sam Loomis, Dr. Sam Loomis from Halloween, and his partner, Billy Loomis from Scream. Versus Lurch, the Addams Family butler, and Billy Butler, formerly of the Kansas City Royals.
What?
Round one.
I originally had them partnered differently. I had like a Loomis and a Butler versus a Loomis and a Butler. And then I was just like, you know what? I feel like it's more balanced if I switch it up a little bit. Actually, no, it's actually not more balanced. But
Billy Butler
I think they're a little more violent.
Completely random in that.
Yeah, I could have gone like probably Gerard Butler.
No, Billy Butler's better.
Or Rhett Butler.
Billy Butler is not someone to fuck with.
Yeah, he's a big bruiser dude.
Yeah.
Like looks like he
notoriously a Cleveland killer too.
Absolutely, yeah. I really despised him whenever I saw his face.
I mean, he was always going to hit a home run or a double off the wall.
Yeah,
always.
Absolutely. Kind of like, I can't remember his first name. Frazier. Playing for the White Sox. Todd Frazier?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, there was just something about him that just drove me nuts. Because I couldn't stand that dude.
Probably because
he was another one that it seemed like he always did well in Cleveland for some reason.
Yeah, he just never looked like a ball player.
Yeah, he always had those really loose sleeves. I remember that, like Eli Manning sleeves.
Yeah.
Or Peyton Manning sleeves.
Yeah.
They're the only ones in the league that have sleeves that go down to their elbows still. But anyway, so here we go. We got Loomis and Loomis versus Butler and Butler.
I like the psychological aspect of Loomis and Loomis.
Yeah,
because Billy Loomis is gonna want to just kill.
Yeah,
Sam Loomis is
gonna
be more methodical about it.
Yeah,
and kind of reel him in, I think.
Yeah, and he's spent his entire life fighting this personification of evil that basically Billy also kind of represents.
Whereas Lurch
is just big.
Yeah, and Billy looks like he'd be an extra in Roadhouse.
Yeah.
So you got, I don't know, I think on the Loomis side you got, like a more methodical approach,
yeah, they're definitely going to be a little more strategic.
Yeah, on the same page. And I think Lurch is going to be like used as like as a distraction or something because he's just like going to walk around.
Yeah,
like
and he's big, strong, also very slow. But like I feel like if he really wanted to, like he could at least like eat some innings there.
And Billy,
to use a baseball term,
Billy Butler, I wouldn't be surprised if he could just roundhouse kick you at any moment.
I just picture him just like hauling ass at you.
Yeah,
just like bum rushing you, just full on tackle, just like bar fight style.
Even if you gave him weapons, he would not use a weapon because he'd be like, he'd throw up his fists and he's like, "These are the only weapons I need."
Then he whips out a comb and combs his mustache. Yeah. Spits out a tooth. I didn't need that one anyway.
Billy Butler always had like baby blue eyes too. It was always so funny.
Yeah. Bright blue eyes and that big bushy mustache.
Yeah. I think it starts out something like the Butlers get the early bum rush because they're just out of control.
Yeah.
And then, Loomis tries to plead with him or whatever, and then he finally is like unleashes Billy because he's like,
Hey, Lonnie.
Like I imagine like so from the Rob Zombie Halloween, where he's like counseling him, and he just stops talking. I feel like he'd be doing that with Billy, and then finally he was like, "It's time, Billy.
Yeah, and
it's
then
time to go."
He cuts him loose.
Yeah,
or like he has a heel turn, kind of like the doctor in the 2018 Halloween, where he's like, "Oh, I want to study him, so I'm gonna break him loose and see what he does." So he just kind of like he's slowly tormenting Billy while pretending he's holding him back, and then slowly he's like letting him loose.
I love that scene from that movie. You don't see that coming at all.
Not at all.
You never saw that coming. Like you always say, you kind of had a weird vibe with him, but it's like, okay, he's not gonna turn on these kids. You
exactly.
know? Like,
yeah. You think like he's got like some sinister thing, but he's not gonna be like just straight up evil. Like he's terrible.
He kind of gave the vibe like he was gonna, I want to study him, and he was gonna try to talk him into it. Not full blown like hand over the.
Yeah, like he might put somebody in danger, but not actually endanger them himself. You know, like or
to like start a tag team with Michael for no reason.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, he throws him in the back with just some innocent girl who he's obviously been after. Like, if he wakes up, like she's just toast. And then he stabs the one cop guy. Yeah, the deputy or whatever he is. Yeah. Anyway, you think Sam would try to counsel Lurch at all? Try to use his psychology on him?
I think he tries to use his psychology on everybody.
Yeah, he probably would. Hey, Lurch, get your ass away from there. Yeah. And then he just gets like walloped across the face by a big slow arm. And then
he would try to like scare kids away, like from the original Halloween.
Yeah. And then I love that face he makes afterward. After the kids go running.
Yeah, that shit-eating grin he makes. It's pretty good.
He's so proud of himself after that one. So, you think, Billy is pretty clumsy. I guess, have we talked, they don't have weapons, do they?
I would suppose since it's a Halloween one, anything could happen, but... Yeah. I would probably say...
Because they both have guns at their disposal in their respective movies. Yeah. But I feel like that tips the scales a little too much. So maybe just like melee weapons. Yeah. Hand-to-hand weapons. Billy Butler's got his bat in his hand or something, but like you said, he's just going ham fist. Going to town. Do you think...
just big country style, just...
Do you think that bum rush is too much? You think they're going to overpower them early, or do you think they can hold their own long enough to...
That's fair, because Billy Loomis is skinny and kind of weak, and Loomis is old.
Yeah, he's an old man. He's having a hard time keeping up with Michael, who doesn't walk faster than like 3 miles an hour.
Yeah, but he does keep up with Michael, though.
Yeah. Although he doesn't, we don't know how much awareness he has of his surroundings, because he was like a half a block away from Michael's station wagon, and he didn't notice it all night. So maybe he doesn't have the spatial awareness that he needs for a fight like this.
Right.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think the aggression of Billy Loomis and the brain power of both of them probably takes out Lurch and Billy Butler.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Loomis is like skinny and stuff, but like he's also agile. He could just he's clumsy, but he's agile. He could just kind of like avoid Billy Butler for a hot minute or two until he's like tires himself out. Yeah,
he does take a couple of stab wounds, especially when oh shoot, what's the other guy's name? Shaggy. Yeah. When he goes a little deep, he's like, I'm getting a little woozy here. But yeah, he kind of gets back at him. He's like, you went too deep, man. And then he's like, stabs him a little too hard. He takes a couple of those. and he's bleeding all over. And then he takes another, I think he gets hit again or shot in the chest.
Yeah.
But then he like wakes up again at the end for that one last scare. So I feel like my point is that he can take some damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Lurch is just a big softy. He's strong, but like I feel like you could take him down pretty easy.
I know he's technically in the match, but it feels like a 2-on-1.
Yeah, he's just so slow and big and not
like Loomis
not
is really gonna do anything either, but he's got the brains for it.
Yeah.
And he's got the brain power for it.
Yeah. When pushed to the brink, I feel like he could do some damage. So yeah, I think we're going with the Loomises.
We're going with the Loomises.
Do you think they're related in the larger horror movie canon?
You know what? Just for shits giggles, I'm saying yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sam Loomis and his.
I mean, it's a pretty
great
uncommon last name to just coincidentally share.
That is true. They're in what, Indiana? Illinois, right? Haddonfield, Illinois.
Yeah.
He also has a British accent, so I don't know. And then they're in what, California? Screams in California. But yeah, so we're going with the Loomises then.
Yeah, Loomises.
Sam and his great nephew Billy
for the win. Yeah.
All right.
Ding ding.
All right. So my next one. This is I came up with this while I was on the toilet earlier.
Sweet.
This is the Cage of Rage match.
Oh my god.
Which is basically a Hell in a Cell, but I think that one's trademarked, so I wanted to come up with a different name. Okay. The Cage of Rage. This is Wes Craven versus a chess-playing raven.
Huh?
Round 2.
They're both spooky. Wes Craven and a chess-playing raven. So, Wes Craven, again, just a normal dude. Over here, you got a raven. It's a pretty big bird. But it's a bird of prey. They're also very smart. And especially this one, because it can play chess. They taught this one how to play chess. It's probably a little bit smarter than the average raven anyway. So, we got a pretty smart, violent bird versus a dude.
This is a tough one.
Like, we've seen several movies made of birds attacking people, but it's usually
a flock.
Yeah. So you had, what was that one from like 15 years ago? Was it like Caw? It was like Kaw. It was just called Caw.
No idea.
It might have been a sci-fi original.
No,
it was basically the birds, but with with crows instead of all the birds. Yeah. Isn't that how the birds is? It's just like a bunch of birds.
Pretty much.
Any kind of different bird. Corvus corax is the scientific name. It's a large bird, can range inside from 22 to 27 inches in length, 1 to 3.5 pounds, and have a wingspan of 45.5 to 46.5 inches. That's almost 4 feet wingspan. Jeez. That's a pretty damn big bird.
That's a big bird. I did not realize ravens were that big.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Got the talons, got the beak.
Versus Wes Craven.
And
a Rage the Cage match.
Cage of Rage.
Cage of Rage.
Yeah.
Rage
in the Cage.
Rage in the Cage sounds like a rock concert.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you? I don't even know. I don't even know how to start this.
I think I'm going with the Raven. I just think I don't know that Wes Craven has much fighting ability here.
Mm-hmm.
The Raven, he's fast. It's gonna be able to swoop in. He can keep his distance pretty easily.
Yeah.
I mean, one swift punch, one good punch to the Raven was probably gonna knock him down for like a pretty decent amount of time, but also pretty big, so he might be able to take a couple punches.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I feel like the Raven's just gonna be too fast and too nimble.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be able to get in there and scratch an eye or something.
But I don't know, because I have no fighting ability, but I feel like I could take a Raven.
You think so?
I feel like I could.
You want to try it out?
Well, go get a Raven, and I guess
just with your bare hands, you think?
I don't know. I don't know how I would, but I feel like I could.
Just a very large bird of prey. Come on. Yeah,
but he's not like I'm not the food. Like he's not coming after me to eat.
Yeah, but in this case, it's gonna be fighting you.
Yeah.
We've taught the raven to fight to death.
We've taught the raven.
He learned how to play chess, and he also learned how to, be in a death match, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm leaning raven.
I just feel like a fully sized human could take down a raven. I don't, regardless. I mean, unless we're thinking of like a goddamn pterodactyl. I mean, or like an eagle. Okay, maybe an eagle or a falcon. Probably not.
Yeah.
But like,
a falcon's about the same size.
Yeah, but they have those talons, man.
I mean, ravens have
not
talons.
not
quite like that, but they're still big.
I think it's plausible.
Get that big old beak.
I think in this case, probably he could take down Wes Craven because Wes Craven, I don't feel like he's going to put up a fight. But I think it depends on the person it's fighting. And in this case...
Yeah, if it was somebody with like...
If it was Billy Butler.
Some like wild... Yeah. Someone who's like maybe a little tougher.
Yeah, if he was going against Billy Butler, easily Billy Butler. But...
Yeah, or someone with a little more mean streak.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I think I'm going Raven.
I guess. I don't know. I still am not convinced, but I think with Wes Craven specifically in a cage match, I could.
Ooh, here's one going toe to toe with a hawk, going after the same meal. Jeez.
You gonna show me, or do I just have to visualize it in my own head?
Yeah, I mean, there you go. He's like, "Fuck off, dude. This is my whatever this thing is, wild boar." I don't know what that thing is. Oh, here's one doing the funny walk from Monty Python.
Very sophisticated raven.
What did I say? Funny walk, silly walk. Anyway, yeah. So we thinking Raven?
Yeah, I think in this case probably a Raven.
Okay, ready?
Ding, ding.
All right, you had one.
I did. I think it's probably gonna be a pretty quick, easy one.
All right, cool.
And I did this one out of spite for the one party. All right. This is an unmasking match. Loser has to unmask forever and wallow into obscurity. Okay. We've got the demon-like figure, Pumpkinhead, versus Cleveland Browns resident douchebag fan, Pumpkinhead.
Round 3.
So this is just like a job match, right?
This is just, I want to see Brown's Pumpkinhead get his shit kicked in.
Yeah, I don't even see this as an unmasking. This is almost a beheading match. I feel like.
Oh, I like that.
He's not even going to bother to remove the mask.
Yeah, because then
it's also like over top of his entire head. I don't know if Pumpkinhead would even have the wherewithal to be able to remove just the mask. He's probably just going to go.
That's fair. You know what? I like that better because, if he just got unmasked, he would just go on Twitter and bitch and moan about it the whole time because he's a dork.
Yeah. And then he would find another stupid mask to wear and just become a different character.
Like that guy, super fans in general just kind of piss me off. Like, it's just annoying,
Like the flashy looking ones. Obviously there are super fans that just wear a jersey and they're just at every game.
I mean the ones that, they gotta find the TV.
The like capital S super fans.
Yeah.
Like the cowboy dude from Buckeye. Is that what his name?
Yeah,
Buckeye
guy. Yeah.
There's a couple of
that guy has the nerve to charge people for photos or autographs. It's like nobody. Who are you?
Yeah, you're literally nobody.
You're
a guy that is at the stadium all the time. Like what? Yeah, you're on TV for literally doing nothing.
The motherfucker signed Earl Bruce's portrait at his wake.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah. This guy who literally the only contribution he's made is that he shows up to games.
Earl Bruce
and is
has
on
no
TV
idea
sometime.
you exist, most
No.
likely. But yeah, Pumpkinhead.
Same way.
Thing, man. Like he's also kind of a horrible human being. If you actually go,
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, I think he's a Marine, so he's got that going for him.
Mm.
But he's still a douche, and I don't care. He's gonna lose no matter what to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the Pumpkinhead. I mean, the horror movie, the character. I mean, is a demon. Like it doesn't matter if you're a Marine.
Yeah,
Demon's gonna beat you anyways, no matter what.
Yeah, he's taken out hundreds of people.
Yeah.
and pretty easily.
Yeah.
I used to really love those movies. I haven't watched them in a while, but there was this one I really loved the scene. I'm trying to remember it like specifically, and this may be one of those things where like my brain kind of remembers it a little differently than it actually happened.
Yeah.
But in my brain, the way I remember it, he's fighting this guy in a barn. Like he sneaks up on this guy. I think he's a farmer, and he he like busts into this barn, and he just swings. And these are all very low budget, so like the motions are just like really dumb and slow and stupid looking. But he just has this like really awkward arm punch thing where he just kind of swipes across. The guy goes flying into the air and flips like upside down, like feet up in the air above him, and his leg, like his pant leg, catches onto like a meat hook that's hanging in the like from the rafters of this barn. So he's just dangling there from his leg, like his pant leg is like stuck, and the Pumpkinhead just kind of slowly meanders over to him and just does this really, like he looks like Barney the dinosaur almost when he's like dancing, singing and dancing.
I'd say it'd been fun if he was singing to him while he's walking over.
I love you, and just viscera flying everywhere. But yeah, that's basically what it is. And then they don't even really show the guy. Those movies were not like terribly violent.
No.
I mean, they're violent, but they don't show a lot of the violence. They cut away and there's blood flying.
So at work, I had it on at work, and that's what made me think of this match. I was like, oh yeah, we can have him face the Browns guy and kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good one. We're definitely going with the film.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Pumpkinhead.
The Browns Pumpkinhead. Like I said, he's a Marine.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a shitbag of a human if you actually look up. Like he has I think he has domestic violence charges or allegations or whatever against him. But one of those things that's kind of like not been proven. It's just like you kind of know it happened, but you can't prove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this dope just full plastic gourd on his head, striped like a Browns helmet, jersey, shoulder pads, football pants, pads in the pants, the socks, and I'm pretty sure he wears football cleats too because he's that much of just.
Does he even wear like the turf shoes?
You're not gonna make the team. You're fine. You're like 45. You're not gonna make the team.
Yeah, I never really understood the pads. Like, did you want to be a mascot? Is that what you're doing? Like, even mascots don't wear pads. They wear like padding, but not football pads. Why are you dressed like that? You look like an idiot.
Yeah,
I don't understand the dedication. You realize like how long it would take to do all that?
I know, man.
And he was one. The first time I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I realized, oh, this guy is one of those guys that he like basically demands to be shown on camera 4 times a game. And that's cool.
And like you get all the sucker fans that fall for his bullshit, and it's like
you just think that he's something special. He's always famous because he's on TV. And well, he's only on TV because he finds the cameras and stands in front of them.
Finds the cameras, and he's literally the only one dressed like that. I mean, of course you're gonna stand out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give him props for doing something to stand out, but like you're still a douchebag.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's that whole thing is just dumb.
But yeah, Pumpkinhead versus Pumpkinhead beheading match goes to demon horror movie villain.
Yeah,
Pumpkinhead.
I want to say that actually happened once where he just kind of like smacked a guy's head off. He just like clawed him once and it just goes.
Oh, that'd have been a good match between him and Jason from Manhattan. Piggyback off our podcast last week.
Yeah. The one punch match.
It's
just a distance contest.
It's just them swinging from afar until someone can get close enough to decapitate the next guy.
Yeah. It's just, I like the...
You know what? Impromptu match. We're doing that right now. My God, that's Jason's music.
He's got a barrel with a rat in it.
Oh my God, is that Julius's head he's carrying to the ring? Julius's head is the Money in the Bank briefcase.
He's cashing in Julius's head. Can you believe it?
This match is now a one-punch beheading match.
One-punch match.
All right, so they both move really weirdly slow.
Yeah.
You
although Jason teleport, I feel like Pumpkinhead does teleport too, I think.
Yeah, and he's a demon too, so like anything can happen with him. But I feel like Jason we're going Manhattan Jason, right? Where he's just constantly dripping wet.
Yeah, he's never not wet.
I feel like his head is probably not attached very well.
That is true.
So
it's pretty loose.
I think he's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Already, defensively. But offensively, a motherfucker packs a punch.
He does pack a punch. He's got shorter reach. Are they punching each other, or are they punching a victim? See, because in my head, you were thinking something else, but in my head, I was thinking like a distance contest where they punch a person. It's like whoever gets, they do like a yardage.
I like that.
Yeah. Like a shot put.
See, I was, you saw where I was going. I was thinking he was cashing in, and they had to like stay from a distance at each other because
whoever gets like close enough to do the
basically
one punch to each other.
basically Rock'em Sock'em robots with those two.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay. Either one could work.
All right, let's do both.
I think with the like where you were going with Jason, I think he's at a pretty steep disadvantage because the Pumpkinhead has a really sizable reach.
Yeah.
He's also pretty slow.
Yeah.
The Manhattan Jason, he can move pretty well relative to the other Jasons.
He punched Julius's head all the way off, but he drank
some monster energy drink before that one.
Yeah, he decapitated Julius, but he also had to grab him by the chest and wind up to do it. That takes a lot of time.
That's true. Yeah.
Whereas the Pumpkinhead could just...
He just like rears back and Barney punches you.
Barney punches you. So I think this is a failed cash-in by Jason.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're going the head-to-head Rock'em Sock'em style, I think it goes to Pumpkinhead pretty easily because I think he can just reach further before Jason can even get in within range to throw a punch.
Yeah,
and like you said, his head's pretty mushy from being underwater as long as he was.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't even take a good strong punch. But in the distance contest, that's a different story.
Yeah, Jason takes the distance contest for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he launched his head. It was. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure somebody out there has probably measured the distance and figured out the arc and everything.
I think he was specific. I mean, it was so precise. He hit the trash can and it closed the door. So I think he was actually aiming for that trash can. So I think he knows exactly how far he needs to hit a head.
That's true. That's true.
So Pumpkinhead just goes in there swinging, and where it goes. I think Jason could just he could time out.
He can figure out like launch angle and everything.
Yeah,
his exit velo. Make sure
launch angle. Yeah. I think Pumpkinhead goes in and just starts swinging because he doesn't have any like patience or any like strategy to it.
Yeah.
So then Jason sees that and knows. It's like taking the defense in overtime.
Yeah.
Now you know exactly what you need to get.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens.
Yeah, it's almost the difference between like hitting a golf ball with a driver versus like hitting it with like a frying pan or something.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get as much out of the frying pan, even though it'll deal the same amount of damage, but it's not going to be targeted or anything.
Yeah.
So I think we're right there. I think Jason can outsmart the demon.
Jason takes the distance match, but Pumpkinhead takes the Rock'em Sock'em match.
So do we end in a draw, or do we have to come up with a rubber match for him?
Okay, so this is like a 3 stages of hell match then.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to come up with the main event or the third match for them.
Is it still a one punch? Are we still doing the one punch theme?
Well, I think the one punch has to be the end because they can't like do a third match after a guy's been decapitated.
But they're both
they're
basically
both-
immortal, so
True.
like Jason, I mean, he's already dead. So all you got to do is just shock him again, stick his head back on, and he's probably fine. Put some super glue on there.
All right. So what would the third match be then?
What if we just kind of like what you said? We leave the one punch rock'em sock'em, make that the final blow. The first one is just they wheel out one of those like arcade speed bag punch strength meter things. That's the strength game thing.
All right.
And it's just and then that one I feel like ends in a draw, or well. See, no, because if they end in a draw, then he would win the second one. Yeah, no, it wouldn't work. So, yeah, Pumpkinhead, I think. He's just big. He's got the reach. I feel like if he's just wailing on it, I think maybe Pumpkinhead, he probably breaks the machine.
Pumpkinhead breaks the machine.
Jason goes first, and it goes all the way up to like $9.99.
Yeah.
And then Pumpkinhead breaks the machine.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
And then so Pumpkinhead wins that one. Jason takes the distance contest. And then the final one, the tiebreaker at the end is the Rock'em Sock'em. Yeah. And then, yeah, Pumpkinhead takes that one because he's got the extra reach.
Yeah.
He's got the extra power.
Yeah, mobility.
His head's attached a little securely.
Yeah.
A little more securely.
Yeah. You can't. Right. He won't be able to take his mask off and save his ass on this one.
Yeah, no. No. I think that demon's seen way worse wherever he came from. All right. We think it's a failed cash-in of Julius's head.
It's a failed cash-in of Julius's head. Yes, correct. Right. Ding, ding.
Man, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
I do have one more main event. It's funny because you said it was an unmasking match on the last one. I thought you were gonna step on my toes here a little bit, but we have another mask-related match. So, in honor of 1997 Halloween Havoc. Mm-hmm. We have a title versus mask match. On one side, we have Michael the Shape Myers. On the other side, we have Jack the Pumpkin King Skellington.
Final round.
It's a title versus mask match, so Michael has to take his mask off if he loses. Uh-huh. Jack Skellington loses the title of Pumpkin King. That's basically it. So, title versus mask. Yeah, loser loses his most prized possession. Sure, I don't know.
I don't really know much. I'll be honest. I don't really know a ton about Jack Skellington.
He doesn't really have a whole lot.
Other than he's just like kind of creepy.
Yeah, he's tall. He's got some reach in a fight. He's got the. I looked it up. Somebody tried to do the math. I think he's about 8 feet tall.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he's pretty tall. Michael is anyway around 6'2" ish. Yeah. He's like anywhere from like 6'2" to 6 to 6'5". So yeah, Jack's got a couple of feet on him, but he's also like incredibly skinny, nimble.
Yeah,
can probably move kind of quickly, but he doesn't have a whole lot of. Doesn't have muscle because he's a skeleton, but
he can move as quick as he wants. Michael's still just going to be right there.
Yeah, he's always right behind.
It doesn't matter.
Lurking in the shadows.
And it depends. This is OG 78 Halloween.
Yeah, okay. OG. Yeah. Why? What was it? Real quick aside here. Why was it that it seemed like all movies or like all the horror movies all around the same time they all started going like supernatural based?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
It's like we had slashers, and I feel like people really liked that. And then they're all like, well, let's switch it up because we don't want this make the same movie over and over.
Yeah.
And then they all went weird, like supernatural stuff. Like we had Friday the 13th where Jason was fighting with that girl with like telekinetic powers or whatever.
Yeah.
It had like superpowers. Suddenly we're in a comic book. And then there were other supernatural elements to some of the other ones in there before Manhattan.
Real quick, minor quibble. Why do they've been playing all the Friday 13th on IFC? It's like Star Wars. Why did they play them in reverse order? I don't get that.
I don't know either. I feel like there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah,
I just don't know what it is.
It's so weird. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Friday when I got home, I just had it on the whole night because Cleveland didn't play. Right? Yeah, they were off Friday, so I was just watching them all night until I had to go work, and they're just playing like 3 and then 2. Like at work, it was like 5. It was Lives was on.
Yeah.
And then it went to 5 to 4 to 3. I'm like, it's so strange.
Yeah, it's so dumb. I don't understand that. They do that with the Rocky movies sometimes too.
Yeah, and I don't.
Where it's like, oh, Rocky 2, cool. I get to see Clubber Lang next, and then it's like, well, no, we're not playing 1. We're gonna skip to 5, and then you'll see 4.
Yeah.
Like what? What's happening?
Anywho.
Yeah. So yeah, Michael Myers. You had all the like the pagan ritual crap that was going on in the later movies. It's like, why do we have to explain why he's immortal? Like, he's just immortal. He's just a big dude. He's tough. Well, plain and simple. He's just a serial killer. Can we just be okay with that?
Like, that was what was so annoying about the Rob Zombie sequel, is there was that supernatural element at the end, or mainly the whole movie, but especially at the end when they're like holding Laurie hostage in that shed, and it's like,
I don't know. It's,
what?
Like he really leaned into that part of the story, and I don't know that.
Also, give somebody that loves you as much as Rob Zombie likes showing off Sherry Moon. Man, I tell you what, man, she's literally in all of his movies. Respect.
Yeah.
She's not that great of an actress, but he's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm putting her in here.
She's in there because I love her.
Yeah.
You know what? Goals.
Yeah.
I can't even be complaining about it, you know?
Exactly. Okay, so anyway, we got Michael. He can teleport a little bit like Jason. I feel like he's not as bad, but still pretty bad. Not as bad as Manhattan, where he's just suddenly 2 stories up.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Yeah, and then Jack, like, I don't think he really has all that much, like, I don't think he's got any, like, supernatural stuff going on. He's basically just a really tall skeleton. He outsmarts Oogie Boogie, the boogeyman.
You know?
But, like, he's just a bag of bugs. So, I don't know. It wasn't really much of an opponent there.
The only really experience I have with Jack Skellington is from a Family Guy skit. They did a cutaway of Jack Skellington, and it was just like them doing, like, a song. And it's like, spooky, creepy, spooky, creepy, spooky, creepy. And then they were like, girls with black hair have tattoos of me.
That's pretty good. And it's true. So
well, it is because it's like I see a lot of people, they'll post about Jack Skellington, and I'm like, you fit right in with that's a correct stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm not like, cool. Like, if you like it, you like it. I don't care. Like, it's just not. And it's animation's not really my thing either.
Yeah.
But unless Life of Pets, for some reason, I love that movie. Life of Pets.
Life of Pets.
Yeah, it was. I love Life of Pets. Even 2 was good. Man. Like
even the sequel.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, I watched it. We had our cousins over when I lived on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
And the youngest one wanted to watch it. So I was like, okay. So I pulled it up on Netflix.
That movie's that old?
Yeah.
The Secret Life of Pets? Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I remember watching it over there. And I'm like, of course, her attention span was gone in 10 minutes and she was out of the room. But
gone.
like, I was so invested in this movie.
You're sitting there watching it by yourself. So.
Yes, 100% by myself. And I was like, I'm not turning this movie off. I love this.
When I saw the trailers for it, it seemed like kind of fun.
It's a fun movie. I won't go out of my way to watch it again, but like if it's on, I wouldn't change the channel.
If there's another child in the room, and you're just like, I guess let's put on this movie again, so you can leave. Yeah, I think. In this one, I have Myers taking it. I think it's
just too one-sided.
Yeah, he's basically impervious to anything Jack can do. Although when he's first introduced, he's on fire. He's like a scarecrow, dressed as a scarecrow, and he's on fire, and then it burns everything off, and then he's Jack Skellington underneath. So we know he can handle being burned alive, similar to Mike Myers.
Yeah.
He crawled out of that burning house to take on the entire fire department of Haddonfield.
I'll never
One by one.
I'll never get over that video game bullshit scene. They literally just stood there with their like jaws of life and the saws
giant
and
axe and
they literally were doing the like screen menu poses where they were bouncing back and forth. Yeah. Why would you all not go for his legs at the same time or go like to the head?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can take if somebody's going at him with an axe, but I'm sure you have more than one axe. If you got more than 2 people going at him with axes, somebody else can get him with the jaws of life.
All you had to do was
the big saw.
All you had to do was low high him with those axes and then finish him up with the saws.
Yeah, exactly.
Or take the jaws of life and just like I don't know,
just grab him,
put it around his neck.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Just put it somewhere. Like he can't overpower those things.
Like,
I mean, it's
why was I watching the starting menu for Street Fighter?
Choose your fighter.
I mean, it was a badass scene. Don't get me wrong. Like,
it was
an awesome scene, but it's like
one of those things you think about it like later, and you're
logically,
like,
you're
really
like,
dumb.
Logically, you're like, okay, you guys are firefighters. Why are you taking him on? Fucking run.
Yeah. Also, you have a fire hose in your disposal. Why not hit him with that?
Hit him in the face, and then you high-low. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that would slow him down pretty good, I would think. Taking a fire hose to the chest.
No, let's just one at a time him like we're in an 80s mob movie.
Or you got 4 trucks. Drive over the son of a bitch. Why are you attacking him with an axe? We just saw him walk out of a burning house with no protective gear. I think he can take you.
Yeah. Big dummies.
Big dumb dummies. But anyway, I think Mike takes this one.
I think so too. I don't think it's particularly close. I think Jack just gets like super goofy at the beginning, and he's just like,
"Oh, you want to take you? I need to take this mask off. You mean?" And he tries to get him, and then Mike gets mad.
Oh yeah,
because he's trying to take his mask off, and he just goes to town.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're settled it. Ding ding. So now it's the Pumpkin King, Michael the Shape Myers.
Say that 10 times fast.
All right. We settled? Sound good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's wrap it.
Yeah.
All right, that is the Ultimate Showdown, our Halloween special. I hope you enjoyed it as much as Michael Myers likes keeping his mask on, I guess. I don't know.
As much as Jason likes carrying around Julius's head.
There you go. Just waiting to cash it in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you could pay that love forward by sharing this podcast with your friends, your family, Halloween fans, spooky movie fans. You can find us on Spotify and Podbean or wherever you get your podcasts. So don't forget to hit the old like button there and subscribe at the little bell, ring that bell. That way you never miss a new episode. They'll just let you know when we drop one. And if you feel like it, give us a review. That really helps us get seen by other people. If you drop us a little review, give us a little rating somewhere, a little 5-star rating, that's always helpful. You can like us on Facebook and follow us at CCWisePod on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Twitter. You can follow me on just about everything at Tyler_W. Where can the good folks find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at BWise23. I am on Instagram at NotTheFakeBW, and I am also on TikTok at NotTheFakeBrandonWise. So join us. Normally it's join us in a couple weeks, but join us next week. We have one final Halloween episode for our theme.
The big one.
The big one. So be sure to tune in next week when we have our last episode of Counterclockwise.
And stay brolden. I don't know. Bat noises. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. No?